tuned, because this is about to get hot.
Okay, so you said I don't know if you're maybe when you say you're all sugar daddies, I don't know if you're referring saying me. See, that's what's crazy, because hell, in my world, in our world, when I say world, I'm talking about black men. See what I'm saying? We can't win if we are providing for our families, taking care of our wives, taking care of our kids. Oh, we're sugar daddies. But if we ain't doing it, oh, just another black man, deadbeat daddy who ain't taking care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's a that's what I'm saying. It's hard to kind of get it. I don't know if you've ever been around people like I've been around, but in my era, in my life, in my atmosphere, in the group of people that I'm around, in the circle of folks that I'm around, which it's a mix, but in a predominant area in the cities, that's why I say things like a lot of black. I have a video on it too where it says where all the good black men. That's why it's so hard, because then black men end up getting to a point to where what's the point of even trying? If I do provide for my family, look, so what, y'all just want to be sugar daddies. That's sad. But then if I don't provide for my family, oh, you just a deadbeat dad, just another black man. That's what most black men do. I mean, I'm just saying 70% of all blacks come from a single parent home. Well, most of them, 99.9% of them are all with their mom. It's like, see what I'm saying? That's the type of world that we have to grow up in, with these expectations that we seem like we don't know what to do. We don't know if we want to go, do I go and get the education and get the job so I can provide for my family? But then I'm going to be classified as nothing but a sugar daddy. And, so that's what I'm talking about. And I'm glad that you said it, because it leads away from me to actually point out certain things that goes on in the black young men's minds in the community before they even reach teenagers, before they become even adults. Look at all this pressure that's put on them. Look at all the wordings that's been put on them. It's like it's a no-win situation, okay? So, okay, you're all sugar daddies to your silent feminine wives who are not allowed to think for themselves, or let alone say they don't need your protection but love. You all need ego boost, need to feel good about yourself. Well, you don't need helpless wife to make you feel better. I agree with you on you don't need a wife to make you feel better, but what I do disagree on is you saying you all need an ego boost, need to feel good about yourself. I don't know exactly what you're talking about in this situation. I don't know if you referring it to some people or scope of folks that you know, but it's definitely, for one, it's not me, because I am the reason why I'm saying it's not me, because I'm classified in what you said. You said you all need ego boosts. I definitely don't need that. I was doing this thing before I even met my wife, and it had nothing to do with ego. It had everything to do with me within myself, wanting to better myself. And I said, I talked about this before too. I wanted to be, when I was a young man, I wanted to be married. I wrote in the journal what I want my wife to be like. And I said, I prayed to God, I want a woman like this. I want a very sweet woman. I want a woman that's not, and now I'm addressing another thing in here too. When somebody say, what do you mean by soft? Well, now, when I say I want my wife to be soft-spoken, I want my wife to be soft, what I mean by that is I don't want my wife to be so, ugh. And what I'm talking about is from my perspective, where I grew up at around Chicago and in the city of around Decatur. And I mean, a lot of girls are just rough. I'm talking like the whole rough demeanor. Oh, I don't, girl, what? I didn't want that. I wanted those soft-spoken women like you see on General Hospital and all my children. I didn't want none of that. I didn't want no loud mouth and just rough all the time. And oh, my mom, I swear to God, that's what I'm talking about. I don't look at that as being soft. I look at that as being very aggressive. So people used to say all the time, like a lot of times, I mean, guys know, boys I played basketball with and ran track with. We all, at the time, we didn't know how to articulate our words, but we would all talk among each other like, man, how come, the girls on the girls like in track, in other words, I'm telling you the truth. In basketball, a lot of guys that played basketball, a lot of guys that ran track were not attracted to girls that almost did the same sport, because we felt like it was too much. You know what I mean? We just didn't like that. Some of the track girls was built like us, so we were just kind of like, oh man, no, I want a soft woman, with it still had a feminine shape. She wasn't rock hard and solid. Now, if that's your world, that's you, completely fine. But when I'm talking about soft, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about now them being like very girly is what I'm saying. Now, tomboy, I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about that rough attitude, that attitude of entitlement, that attitude of this fool better rub my feet. Boy, men are just out. I'm talking about them, okay? So I'm glad I was able to clear that up, okay? Now, Say you now, like I said, so with the ego boost thing, I mean, I don't know. Like again, hell, it might be some people that you know, and there might have been some people. Also, I know that there are some men that I've dealt with that are that way, that they do things for like an ego boost. But I'm talking about the men that have a actual natural driven thing in them to want to be that. If you follow my drift on that. Now, for not allowed to think for themselves, I really can't really address that question, hell, because I don't know who you're referring to when you say you guys just want women who don't want to think for themselves. So I don't know how to address it, because I don't know who you're referring to, who you're talking about. Now, whoever you're talking about, that's those guys. That's not me or a lot of men that I'm talking with. I don't know what that is for women not to think for themselves. Okay. He said, well, you don't need a helpless wife to make you feel better. Absolutely. But when you throw those words in there, so you say you don't need a helpless wife, why they got to be helpless? See, if you look at it, there's women in here that will look at that and say, "What? I'm a wife. What does she mean, helpless? I'm not helpless." So that's what I'm getting at. Throwing those little words in there like that kind of make us like, see, actually, you're the one throwing shots. You saying these helpless wives, and these wives out here like, what's she talking about? I'm not helpless. And that's why I told them, don't even deal with it, because you got to understand where she's coming from. You can't just read words on the paper or read words on here and try to decipher what the person's tone and demeanor is, because from what I know you from, it don't seem like you would come off that way. But then again, I don't know, hell, you might just be putting it out there now. But anyway, you said, any idea what that does to a woman's self-esteem? Can you tell me? You said, I don't know what OFC not. I don't know what that is. You said, it seems like, okay, now it sounds like this is me. And this is where I said it seems like you was kind of throwing some shots. You said, seems like you'd prefer an adoring slave to an equal partner. So now you threw my wife in the mix. Yeah, my wife. You said it seems like, you didn't say, now maybe you meant it that way, but if you would have said it seems like men want an adoring slave to an equal partner, but you said it seems like you'd want an adoring slave. So I've been married for 18 years, and you guys see how I talk about my wife on this channel. Y'all, if you see some of the videos I've done on marriage and all that, you see what I'm talking about in there and how I talk with it about my wife. Now, for however long you've been following me, and I'm not just talking about you, hell, I'm talking about all the people that been following me. Do I seem to come off as that type that is being mentioned in here? Do I seem to come off as this domineering, I'm a macho man and woman, shut up and just don't think and da-da-da-da-da? No. So that's why I say this superior minded thinking. I don't know if you're talking from a place of being angry or mad or whatever like that, but the person that you're describing here and then the shots that you're throwing here, I don't accept that, because it's not me. So that's why I say I can just kind of look over things like that. So yeah, you said it seems like you prefer an adoring slave to an equal partner. No. So you said it makes sense. Who needs a self-sufficient, intelligent woman who doesn't need you but wants you for who you really are as a person? I agree with you on that. I'm with you 100% on that. Now, you said loving me for who I am and not my caveman protection skills. Again, I don't know who you're talking about when you say that. Caveman protection, like I said, to me, I don't know if you're saying it to me, there's no way. I said no. As a man, I protect my family. I protect them from spiritual influences. I protect them from physical influences. That's what I'm driven to do. Now, if there are men out there, somebody about to break in your house, and you're going to push your woman forward. Man, come on now. Come on. Okay, now, me and my wife out and about. An animal come out about to attack my wife. I'm going to push my wife in front of the animal. To my baby, protect me. Don't let it get me, baby. No, I'm going to put my life on the line, and me and that dog, whatever it is, going to be going at it. I'm biting him too. I'm going to try to kill him. I'm going to try to tear him up, because he is not about to get to what I love. He is not to get to what I prayed for. He is not about to go and get what I sat there and fought for